hilarious, good person from the Shy. She's down. Everyone give it up for Corean Reynolds.
Hi, y'all. What's up? Represent. If you are from Chi-Town, give me a shout out. Lizzie. I knew it was only one. And I knew it was going to be my sister. So, like Joel said, my name is Corean. And my day job, I work for one of the largest and oldest community foundations in the nation.
Make it rain.
And so, let me get into my story. I should not be standing here in front of y'all. And it's not because I had a near-death experience. It's because I'm supposed to be international pop sensation Corean. And, well, I thought I was supposed to be international pop sensation Corean. And that was my goal for my entire life. And I dedicated every moment that I could to being that. From the age of 11, I spent all of my Saturdays rehearsing. I toured the world. I was able to be on the Oprah show and sing with Twista and all this stuff. And so I was on the path, and I knew it was going to happen. This was a dream of mine or a goal of mine well into college until I spent my first year doing music education and trying to get a degree in that. And the summer after that first year, I said to myself, and I said, self, you have to be good at something else. And so after some summer courses, I decided to become an urban planner. And most people don't know what that is. I'm not going to get into it, but cities and building and making zoning laws and stuff like that, right? And I was actually really, really good at it. And it was my way to give back to the community that I grew up in and similar ones. And from then, I picked up momentum and I was really successful in it. And I ended up working for the state government when I first got to Boston. And now I'm in a role, and one of the youngest to be in the role that I've been in at the foundation. But along that path, that creative side of me that I always had an outlet for, it started to dwindle and get further and further away. And so I tried a few things. I did some variety shows. Where are we at over here? I did some variety shows to help schools in Africa. I recorded a couple of songs, and also sang at weddings and funerals. Hit me up if you need one. Side hustles. And so, but that just wasn't doing it for me. It just, I wasn't satiating that need to be creative. And I tried to implement some of that in the workspace, but when you're in such a traditional environment, it's super hard to do so. Especially being the loud person of color, woman person of color in the room, full of not so much of that. You just seemed aggressive and loud and more of a nuisance than anything, right? So I did some more self-reflection. I was like, so? And I was like, yeah, what's up? And I said, what are you passionate about? What do you like? What are you interested in? And I came up with like 3 things. The first thing was food. I love food. I will eat and eat until the day's end if people would let me. I will travel near and far for a good plate of food. We went out to dinner last night. And it was great. Mita, check it out in the South End. And I had a very interesting relationship with food. Since the age of 11, my sister and I made all of my family's meals. And I learned how to cook watching the Food Network and learning from all of these like celebrity chefs. And I got really intimate, and it became kind of like a safe space. Every Sunday I cook a big meal, not to eat it, but just to to do it, and it's a way that I connect with myself and kind of compress after a long week. So I was like, okay, down with the food. The second thing was, I love to explore. I love traveling, and like I said, I will go near and far just to go to a destination, travel. I'm an urban planner, and the reason why I am an urban planner is because I fell in love with cities. So I love walking in cities and getting a feel for it. One of the reasons why I liked Boston before moving here was because I was walking down Newberry Street and I could feel the culture just by the way the floor felt underneath my feet, and looking at all the brownstones and the redstones and seeing how mixed use is and how there's buildings that have these cool swanky shops, but then all of this history in them. So I knew I'd like to explore different places. And then the third thing was, I love to perform. You know, I love singing. It's my number one passion. I do it in the shower all the time. And if you say something that references a song, I have to sing it. It's just one of those things. But at the core of it, it was being on stage and having a persona and really being able to share an experience, a part of me with a group of folks. So I put those things together and decided to start Motor Mouth. If you have an Instagram, this is now the time to go to your Instagram, look up Motor Mouth Eats, at Motor Mouth Eats, and you can follow me, because you know I'm trying to get those followers up. And so this summer is when I did a soft launch of Motor Mouth. Now, Motor Mouth is my way of finding the best meals on wheels in a city near you. So what I do is I go to different food trucks, which I had already been doing on my lunch breaks, working my 9 to 5 right across the street. And I bring my friends and we talk about the food, and everyone would ask me, okay, what trucks are out today, and on Fridays, where should we go? And I got a lot of joy out of it, right? And so I said, this is where I want to be. I want to be informing folks and uplifting other entrepreneurs that I didn't necessarily identify with, but I worked with a lot of them in my day job. So at my day job, I'm the program officer for economic inclusion and special projects at the Boston Foundation. And thank you for the clap. And I help support business service organizations that support so many great entrepreneurs. And I got to know these entrepreneurs on an intimate level, and I envied them because I saw them putting all of their blood, sweat, and tears and their passion into something that they wanted to do. They were waking up because they were doing something that meant so much to them. And then we had some business serving organizations that focused on food, and because I love food, I got really close with them. And so after that, I said, how can I support these folks, right? How can I bring visibility to them, but also show my personality and create a space in the conversation of not only supporting businesses, but talking about the spaces that these food trucks were taking me. And so that's how I started Motor Mouth. We're at the soft launch stage, and I'm really excited about what's to come. It's right now just an Instagram page, but I want it to be a web series, and I have some great help with that in the audience. Shout out to Kofi for being my videographer. And I'm gonna wrap up because I've been rambling a lot, but I want to just thank this group that we've been talking about and shouting out. They have supported me well before I even had the Instagram launched, and well before I even knew what I was trying to do. So thank y'all, and thank you for letting me.